Cut!
Hi everyone, I'm Amena and welcome back, explorers, to my vlog. Also, if you are new here or are a return visitor, be welcome. Be sure to also look at the description below for all credits given. And with that said, good morning, good evening, and good night. Or good evening? Good afternoon. Okay, is good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. And I'm just gonna leave that in because it's just too funny. Normally I would not goof up with that part, but I was thinking about when I'm actually recording this, due to the fact that it took me a while to get ready this time. And, yeah, it's kind of dark outside. And, I only have the top light on right now, so things might not look the greatest. But either way, I want to talk about what happened, I think it was 10 or so years ago. Now, I'm not quite sure exactly what time. I do know that I had gotten out of the rehabilitation center, or it was a medical thing. So, yeah, I'm one of the people who actually did have a stroke and survived. Um, at the at that time, I was living with my sister-in-law, and my brother had recently passed away. And of course, my niece was living with my sister-in-law at that time. I had laid down for a nap, and when I woke up, I couldn't really move properly. I had no clue what was happening. One of the friends I had at the time had been visiting. It's like, I wanted to do one thing, and it's like, no, we're getting you to the hospital. And if it wasn't for him at the time actually realizing something was really off, I probably would not have had any help. But either way, that's when I found out I had a stroke. They kept me under observation for a while, and then they sent me to a rehabilitation center so I could actually be able to actually move around and talk. And yes, the stroke I had did affect my speech to the point where people could barely understand what I was saying. There was too much slurring and everything. So, part of the um, part of the rehabilitation was voice therapy. Now, it wasn't the voice therapy I wanted, but I had to be able to speak normally first before I could actually speak the way I wanted to speak. So, yeah, that took a little bit, and obviously, rehabilitation, there were other things that needed to be done. Oh, one of the things that was part of it was playing fetch with some dogs. There was a dog that really didn't like anyone who had a male presence. But that dog latched on to me right away. She had no problem with me. And they're like, okay. Obviously, I didn't fit the bill for the, oh, stay away. But either way, part of after I got out, an aunt who lived in Colorado had recently been hit harder with her multiple sclerosis. So she was in a wheelchair most of the time. And I was the only one, despite the fact that I really couldn't do much, that could go and help her out. So I went. But that's for a different story. And yes, it was fun. And yes, I got to learn a few different things. But as I said, I'll talk about that later. Now, after everything's said and done, I finally got the voice therapy I wanted. And it, it was a number of weeks that I went in for voice training. And yes, although I'm able to talk the way I want, unfortunately, I can't talk the way I want um, in a very extended period of time. So, if you've been paying attention to my videos, some of them I start out fine, but I go down because I need to take a break. But either way, I intend to keep practicing my voice training. And yes, I do have notes, but I figure the best way for me to practice continually is by continuing to record my videos and actually listen back to them. After all, I have to record. Uh, after all, I not only record them, I have to edit them. Um, there are a few that I have only edited the beginning and ending of said videos. Another thing that I'm intending to do is practice with visual novels, in which case, the whole point of a visual novel, being a game, is to actually read. And since I'm recording it, I have to read all the lines out loud. Either way, no matter what, I'm going to be getting a lot of practice. But I think I've talked your ears off long enough, so I'm going to end this episode here and leave you all with this. If you have been enjoying my content, please feel free to leave a like and or subscribe. You can also leave a comment down below in the comment section. Be sure to hit that notification bell because YouTube doesn't always like to share. Be safe, be healthy, and as always, be true to you. Amena, signing off.